The consuming desire of Jews ever since the Roman destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD, even to this day, is to rebuild their most cherished and loved temple. But this long-held and deeply embedded desire has been severely frustrated, and by and large, it is from the void and gap in their understanding of their own shattered history. Having been disenfranchised from their own land for many centuries, and then trying to parse together with scant information as to the whereabouts for the location of their temple, has inadvertently created an unsolvable problem and has dragged the entire world into the ensuing fray. The prophet Zechariah predicted that this would happen when he prophesied that Jerusalem would become a burdensome stone to all the nations of the world, and so it has. And this is because the Jews believe that their temple that was destroyed and is to be rebuilt is at the very site and location of the Muslims' Dome of the Rock shrine. Here they come daily, and even more so on the Sabbath day. The multitudes come to pray, to beseech God to allow them to rebuild their temple. The ensuing controversy over this 35-acre piece of real estate, called the Temple Mount, now threatens to bring the whole world into a third world war.
This location, called the Wailing Wall, which is deemed the most sacred spot in all of Israel, is a fascinating place with so much religious activity and thousands upon thousands of Sabbaths and so many prayers, thousands of prayers jammed into the cracks of the wall of the Wailing Wall. The question I'm about to ask is almost unthinkable. In fact, in some circles, it might even be considered blasphemy. And that question is this really the site where the Jewish temple was? And in other words, just above this wall is where the Jewish people believe the temple, their precious temple, was built. And this is their retaining wall, the Wailing Wall. And so, if it's not the site, and this is merely the retaining wall of the Fortress Antonia, then this would be the cruelest of irony.
But is it remotely possible that the Jews' temple does not belong up on top, where the Dome of the Rock defiantly sits? The crushing weight of Jewish tradition refuses to allow such an inflammatory and repugnant question. But a more critical question that trumps this colossal consensus is this: would God Himself allow for His temple to be rebuilt where it does not belong? And this very question begs for the answer. But the only sure way to know the answer is to revisit and examine the facts of history in archaeological discoveries, Holy Scripture, historical writings, and eyewitness accounts, and then analyze these forensic facts and determine what they are trying to tell us.